Yo, I gotta find a way to let the stress out. Maybe play some video games until I pass out. Or maybe call my lady friend over and pull her breasts out. The moment that I feel I'm getting open is when I back out. I'm focused on music, making only place that I act out. And if I'm not on stage, that means I'm blending in the background. I see familiar faces like this nigga trying to rap now. Been doing this since I was in the channel, nigga, back down. I'm naturally an introvert and only work when I'm alone. On a given day, you'll find me in fatigues like I'm Capone and Noriega, giving you my war report through megaphones, waiting on the day that a straight bullet takes a nigga home. In my free time, all I do is make beats in these written poems, sling on my mic like Black Dog did when he's spitting clones. Sticks and stones may break your bones, I'll take your fucking life. Doesn't matter if I'm in a drunk stupor or sober night.
Welcome back, people. This is Don't Sleep on the Couch podcast. I'm your boy, Mr. Prez, and with me always,
it's your boy Cash, aka Exec P. What's happening, good people?
Cash. I think this is gonna be our first returning guest that we got coming on, right?
Yeah, we got a friend of the show, a fellow coucher himself, Mars native, man. Like I said, man, I want to get right to it. I want to spare the pleasantries. You want to get right to the interview?
Okay.
We gotta get
Yeah.
5 second attention spans.
Okay. Well, let's jump right into it.
Let's just get right into it. Welcome to the couch again, Mars native. What's going on?
Thank you for having me, gentlemen.
Absolutely, man. Cheers to you, man. I'll be the villain. In stores, April 25th. April 25th, man. Yeah. Hey, we gonna switch this up a little bit here, man. We gotta live it. Okay. We gotta liven it up a little bit. You know what I mean? Before we get into the pleasantries, who you are, where you're from, and all that stuff, there's a few things that people got to know about you right off the bat. Prez, do you want me to start this off?
I'll go ahead and jump it off.
Jump it off. This is a quick hitter question.
The title of your upcoming album is The Villain, so we gotta know a couple of things. So for the DC side, Joker or Lex Luthor, which one?
Joker, man, it's too easy.
Joker. Too easy. Okay. For Marvel, would be Carnage or Dr. Doom?
Dr. Doom. It has to be Dr. Doom, especially because, come on, don't even get me started, because the villain himself, rest in peace, MF Doom, passed away recently.
Absolutely.
Dr. Doom, let's go.
All right. Okay. Well, I got the next one since he said that. DC or Marvel?
Yeah.
DC or Marvel?
Marvel. Easily.
Too easy.
Now, man.
I see it.
Swinging through these streets out here.
Yes, sir. What's the next one you got, guys?
Okay. For the people who ain't into all that portion, for the fighting game people, man, is a Street Fighter. We'll go Street Fighter. Akuma or Bison?
Akuma. Bison is ill. But Akuma, I don't know. Akuma's dope. We talking playability. We talking about overall character.
Just overall, the presence he bring. That's what I was getting at. Like he bring that presence and that intimidation. Yeah.
He just raw evil, man. He like Satan, man. You know what I'm saying?
It's also the Mortal Kombat people. Is it Shang Tsung or Shao Kahn?
I would have to go with Shao Kahn, because Shao Kahn is just a ruthless ass leader. I think Shang Tsung has, as bad as he is, he has a little bit of heart. You know what I mean? Shao Kahn bang your head out with a hammer, and that's it, and then throw you in the pits. You know what I mean?
I got to come with the overall, man. He picking out the characters. Overall, Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat?
Boy, I'm gonna have to go with Street Fighter. I love both of those games. Those two are like probably two. It's for me the trifecta is Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, and Tekken. But
absolutely,
between Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat, I'll have to go with Street Fighter. Because that shit, it just goes back to the days of, you know what I mean, going to the barbershop and hopping on the arcade machine and shit and putting your quarter up type shit. You know what I mean? Like you had to hold just sit down in the arcade like and Street Fighter holds that for me. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Competition. I feel.
All right. You got any more prez or I got one more?
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Spider-Man or Venom?
Come on, man. Come on, man.
I had to ask. I know you pulled
man.
out the figurine. I had to ask.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. The Queen's name itself. Spider-Man, hands down.
Nah, I got one more. I got one more, Perez.
Oh, and this is okay. The people got to see this. The people got to see this.
You putting the tat out there.
Yeah, people got to see this. It's not a game, son.
I feel you.
It's not a game.
Let's go into the hip hop realm real quick.
All right, boom.
They just had a versus, and I'm gonna make you decide: Ghostface or Raekwon.
Yeah, you a bastard for that. Man. See, I go back and forth between Ghost and Ray like often, man, because tell you what, I think Ghost has the better output. He has the better delivery and some rappers like they both like crazy with the pen, right? But some rappers have like this appeal that just pulls you into them, and Ghostface is one of them. He has mad fucking personality, and it comes out in his rhymes. So when he comes on, you know what I mean? Like you just get hyped when you hear Ghost, right? But then you hear Raekwon. Raekwon's like his tones don't move that much, but his fucking patterns and lyrics are ridiculous. And it's like, God damn, how did he write that shit? So when it comes to just raw lyrics, I would go with Raekwon. When it comes to overall rap, dude, when it comes to like lyrics and presentation and presence, I would go with Ghostface. If I had to pick one, I would go with Ghost, man. I would go with Ghost.
You hurt me right there, man.
I had to go with Ghost. I love Ghostface, man. He's a living he's like a living superhero. He's like straight from a comic book.
No, it's Raekwon.
It's Ghost for me. It's Ghost for me. It's just the presence, and he got the hits, and he got the joints, right. The joints, man. And not to say that Raekwon don't have it. Skew it on a barbecue. I mean, like I'll give it to Ray. He's been all over and does his thing. But I just say who I play more, I'll probably go to Ghostface stuff more so than Ray.
No, it's definitely Raekwon.
I would do with that. If I had to break it down, I'd definitely play Ghost stuff more than Ray stuff.
All right, man. All right. But that's cool, man. But let's get to why we here. That was a nice little opening, man. All right. So Mars Native, man, this is your second time on the couch. We didn't get a chance to get you on video last time. Now we up and running, and we wanted to give you the proper platform for you to promote your stuff. So
I appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. So just tell us a little bit about yourself, where you from, and how you got started in rap.
All right, man. So yeah, I was born in the islands, man, from Dominica, from West Indies. Queens when in my youth, when I was like 6 or 7, I think. But so I grew up in Queens, South Jamaica, Queens. You know what I mean? I got started in rap from when I first came to the States, little island boy. I came to the States listening to shit like D Nice and fucking MC Hammer on the radio. I'm like, yo, what is this? Like I was hooked immediately. And then it went from that to Tribe Called Quest and Onyx and then Wu-Tang, man. It was just like majestic, man. Rap music, hip hop music is just majestic to me, man. And so, you know, I think around 19, I bought my first MPC and just tried to do my own thing. You know what I mean? I bought the MPC because I love Pete Rock and I love Jay Dilla, and they were both masters on the MPC. You know what I mean? So I bought mine, returned it right after because it was frustrating, but I went back and bought it again, the same one. The same day too. So, but anyway, started making beats, man, and I just went on from there. You know what I'm saying? And then as I was doing it, man, I just try to come up with like a character. Who am I? Who can I be? You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't trying to step out of my lane where I'm like somebody totally different than who I am in real life versus who I am on a microphone. So I came up with a character, kind of like, comic books and shit, like, you know what I mean? So I came up with the Mars Native, man. So the Mars native is a character who just basically, you know, uh, somebody who doesn't necessarily fit in. You know what I'm saying? Like you be in a room full of people, you don't fit in. You're side. You know what I mean? You always feel like you're different. You feel like you're different from everybody else for some reason. You know what I mean? And you know, you can't relate to what everybody else is relating to. You know what I mean? What everybody else is out there, bouncing and snapping and shit, whatever. Like you over here on some other shit. So so that's what the character of Mars Native comes from. Mars Native was a lover of hip hop, and every few years he comes back to visit the planet and set people back on the right course, man. Because right now it's disgusting. You know what I mean? Especially coming with the music, man. You got these dudes on stage wearing dresses, and anyway, let me not even get into that. But yeah, man, he just came back, and I just want to deliver what I can for the people, just raw rap, raw lyrics, raw rap, raw beats, and just good music, good raw music, man. I do what I can, you know.
What's the little brother line, Cash?
Oh man, it's dope beats, dope bars. What more do y'all want? It's that simple. It ain't that hard.
That's simple.
It's that simple.
Yeah, it's that simple, man.
I mean,
so you talk about like you come back around, or the character come back around every so often to drop the drop his album or his line of work on there, depending on the mood it was. And I like to say, like on your last one, you was in a whole different type of space on that one.
Whole different
and this
space.
one. On this one, it seemed like you let loose a little bit. You're a little bit more confident, or behind the rhymes and everything. You was dare I say it a little bit. It was a little bit more fun. Looked like you was having fun with the on the tracks.
Yeah, that's definitely so, man. The last album, Versus Demons, the Mars native, he was living on the planet for a little bit. Life happened to him on Earth, and then that shit got to him. You know what I'm saying? Shit got to him. You know what I'm saying? Like the loss of friends, the loss of love. You know what I'm saying? The stresses of life got to him, and that's what that album was about. So the last album was very it's very much so just me trying to get this shit out of myself, man. Like I didn't want to hold on to the anger and the pain. You know what I'm saying? So I wrote about everything, and I was going through a lot of therapy, man. You know what I'm saying? I was going through a lot of therapy and shit. So that's where that album came from. And the reason why the energy is different now is because the therapy worked. Writing that album worked. It was a means of getting this energy out. I took this energy and I put it somewhere else, so it doesn't have to live inside of me anymore. I'm free. You know what I mean? So it gave me a chance to move forward. And then, but what I found happened. What I found was that after I got rid of all these heavy emotions and heavy feelings and thoughts, there was an emptiness. There was like a feeling of like I just don't care about shit. You know what I mean? Like I don't care about shit. Like I don't feel like I can trust anybody. You know what I mean? That's what was left behind. And it's like instead of being like the whole trying to be nice to everybody, trying to be cordial to everybody and shit, and just I became unapologetic. So what I say is what I say. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna write exactly what I feel at this moment, and I don't give a shit. If I don't like if I don't like the song that you spit, that you wrote, I'm gonna tell you. You know what I mean? Like that's just how I am. And it's like sometimes people don't value honesty, and I'm gonna tell the world. I'm gonna be honest with the world. And sometimes when you honest, they see you as a bad guy. Oh, he's not nice because he told me the truth. No, I am nice because I told you the truth. You know what I'm saying? With you, like. So I'll be the villain, man. I'll be the villain. Like I'll come to this planet and I'll be the villain for everybody. I'll be the one person that everybody hates. Because tell you what, I think everybody needs a villain. Everybody needs to, I don't know if you ever watched Naruto and shit, right? He was the villain for a reason. You know what I'm saying? He was hated. He did what he had to do by the village. He was hated, but he did what he had to do for a good cause. And that's what I'm doing, man. Like, I'm just being honest because The world needs some honesty, man.
To your point, though, you were talking about you wanted to liven it up a little bit, but you're very conscious of the fact that you are who you are, and I think that just kind of comes with age. Like as you get older, you remember those old uncles and family members where they just say shit. It's because they get to a point in life where it is what it is. It is what it is. So I think that's
Ain't
what
trying to make
I
no new
hear.
friends around here.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I get. That's what I get from this album, along with the theme, which I love your themed approach to your albums, and I'll get to that later. But with that said, We're Gonna Make It, the lead single, sounds nothing like a villain.
It sounds nothing. I know. I know.
It sounds very like you're in a very happy space. In a very happy space, man.
At that very moment, I was in a happy space. At that time of I made the beat, and at the time I wrote that song, I was in a happy space. But if you listen to the lyrics, though, I'm also talking about what the Mars native came here to talk about, right? You know what I'm saying? The second verse, I'm talking about how cats are not paying respect to the people who paved the way for them and shit. You know what I mean? And these rappers is acting all kinds of privilege, man. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I address a few things on this still. So I'm still a little bit of villainous on that too. But I was in a good mood, man. That shit is bouncy and fun. So I figured,
I beg to differ on that. Like, just like when we did the intro on that, when we was talking about like the characters and stuff like that. Joker, Chaos, Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom is still over a whole country, you know what I mean? And he may inspire hope in these people, but he on an agenda. That agenda is never changing. And that's where I feel like you're still on that. Like you still have your agenda, but hey, I could tell you some truth. I could still have some fun, But hey, when it get down to it, it is what it is, So
when again,
like
exactly.
It can still go that way. That's what I was saying. Like it still plays that
exactly.
role.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We see these villains on camera, and we see them in the comic books. Every time we see them, they're always doing some evil villainous shit. It's like, man, y'all motherfuckers can't be villains all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, do y'all watch Netflix and chill? Like, there's something that you do that's not in the comic books. You know what I mean? And Dr. Doom can't be Dr. Doom all the goddamn time. He gotta sit down, eat some popcorn or something, and watch a movie eventually, right?
Exactly.
So, Mars, this is something I always wanted to ask you, man. Every one of your projects has a theme to it, and it doesn't seem like you waste words or mince words at all with every project. I'm going back House of M to Versus Demons, up until now. I'll Be the Villain. Is that purposeful? That you just enjoy making more themed albums versus just making something that can touch each and every person? Like, how do you go into the project? Is it just themed only, or it just depends on your mood that day?
It's a tough one because I just don't even. I don't think I go in there with when I first write a song. I don't think I go in there with a title and theme. I don't start that way. You know what I'm saying? I have an overall theme, the Mars native. You know what I'm saying? I have a character theme, and I stick with that. But then, usually when I start writing something, I just write what I'm feeling at that moment. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of my shit that you hear is personal. Like it's personal shit that I'm dealing with. You know what I mean? So like you can learn a lot about me just by listening to the albums. So a lot of that stuff just happens. The first album I actually focused on the theme with was Versus Demons because it's all I could think about at the time. All I could think about was what my life was going through. I had no choice but to make that. Like if I was going to make music, I had no choice. Like there was nothing else for me to write. I couldn't sit here and write about. I'm not going to sit here and write about my car or some shit when I'm sitting there, in a fucking psych hospital. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not. That's just what it is. You know what I mean? I'm gonna write about the shit that I'm dealing with right now because when I write about it, I don't know if anybody's been through therapy and shit. You write about something and they tell you to write it and like throw it away or burn it, right? For me, I write it, I record it, and then I sometimes I don't even listen. I don't even listen to these songs. Like, I'll be real with you. Like, I put that shit out, and then that shit comes up on Spotify, and I'm like, damn, that's dope. Like, I hear that shit in a minute. you know. So that's how that shit came along. But most of my songs, this particular theme comes from how I feel right now. Like I said, I feel like the world just needs what it needs, and me just being my heart is fucking empty, man. So it's like, you know, I'll be the villain because I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit right now. You know what I'm saying? So when I was writing, I wrote with a little bit of comedic energy. I wrote with a little bit of, aggression. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I am a good guy, right? I'm a good dude. I'm a good person. I'm a very good man. You know what I'm saying? But when you hear me and I talk about shit, I talk about how if anybody threatens my friends, family, you will get it. You know what I'm saying? Like there is no line. I'll do what's necessary. You know what I'm saying? I'll do what's necessary. I'll be the fucking villain, man. Like I'll do it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to be no thug or nothing. I'm not a thug, but I'm just a fucking man. Like I will do what I need to do. You know what I'm saying? But catch me on a regular day, I'll be out there walking my dog, waving at you like, hey, good morning. I'm a good guy until I'm not.
So you say I don't know if you see like your titles or your albums kind of like play into these themes and the way you went. They kind of progress. I don't know if you noticed that. Like House of M is where they created their own world. So you created your own world versus Demons, not really liking what you created, and then turning out saying, "I just be the villain." Then I destroy it all. I recreate it again.
I never noticed that. I never noticed that. But that kind of goes hand in hand with who we are as people, though, right?
Yeah.
Everybody has their own journey, and it seems as though my journey can be mapped out in my music and in my albums. That's a good point. I never thought about that, Perez.
Yeah, you never, but your creativity was probably just
now.
taking
Here
you
it
down the
is.
path anyway.
Just run with that now.
yeah, but yeah, man. Like, so with life, everybody goes through their journeys. You go through your ups and downs. My ups and downs just happen to be captured. It's captured and it's out there forever now. So, I think that's what. Yeah, I don't even know what the next album's gonna be. But I'm already making beats because that's what I do every day, almost. So.
Into my next question. My only issue with you has always been that you don't tap in with other artists that do the same thing you do. You know what I mean? Like as far as working well with others, is that a purposeful thing? As far as your features and you elected not to feature, or is it?
Nah, tell you what it is. I think I'm a bit of a tyrant when it comes to making music because I'm in control of the studio. I'm in control of the tracks, right? So I think it goes two ways. Like I said, I have one feature on this album, Genesis the God. He's on the last track. I met this dude on Instagram. He found my shit and he said, "Yo, your shit is dope, right?" He hit me on he sent a message on one of my posts. So I checked his page and I'm like, "Yo, his shit is dope." Next thing you know, I think it was the same day I'm over here video chatting with this dude. It was that easy. It was that easy. I was like, and we vibed. Can you spit something on it? He sent it back. That was it. You know what I mean? Like he works. He works. Like he does the shit. You know what I mean? So for me, I'm a little bit of a tyrant. I'm a little bit. So what I find with some people is you ask them to do something and they'll take 3 weeks to get it done. And I'm like, I'm over it. I'm over this. You know what I mean? Like if I don't think people really understand how passionate or how serious I am about it. I'm not out here trying to be a superstar or nothing, but just I love this, man. This shit is like crack to me. So it's like, if you're not as serious as I am, I get impatient with you. You know what I mean? And but if you love it like I do, it's just a fun thing. It's just fun. You know what I mean? So I tend to steer away from people because, like I said, another thing about me is I'm very honest. If I don't like what you wrote or what you did, I will say, "Hey, I don't like what you wrote or what you did." And some people do not like that. They take that shit to heart, and it is what it is, man. The album, "I'll Be the Villain," um, it kind of turned into something else after December, after we all found out that Doom passed away. You know
Rest in
what I'm
peace to
saying?
Doom for sure,
Um, Rest in peace to Doom, man. And
and DMX as well, man.
Doom and DMX for sure, man. We just losing mad superheroes out here, man. You know what I'm saying? So, um, but yeah, man. But Doom hit me particularly hard. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even think like the news of somebody that you never met would hit you the way it did. That shit, man. That shit broke me down. I was in tears, man, crying, man, because I'm like, that shit was so sad to me. Like, just to think there will not be any more new Doom shit. You know what I mean? Um, it was just because Doom was the epitome of I'm gonna do what I want to do it the way I want to do it, and go against the flow, or create my own flow, of music. And like, I don't know how brave you got to be to do that and be successful at it. You know what I'm saying? So that dude had the right formula, man. Like he was a genius. He was a genius. You know what I'm saying?
I can relate. I can relate. We we
Yeah.
we felt the same way about X in our Oakman segment. We kind of spoke on
Mhm.
X and what he meant for the city, man. I mean, damn,
Yeah.
man. Like when he came with, I was telling Prez with the Ron G's, the DJ Clues, and before everybody
Hmm.
else in the world heard him, we heard that Dark Man X shit, and it was like, who is this
Yeah.
dude
Hmm.
barking? Who is this dude praying? Who is this dude spitting this crazy? Like, who is this dude controlling the tunnel? And then
Yeah.
he becomes an icon years later. Like, everybody knows who
Hmm.
X is. You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
he was unapologetically himself the entire time and had his troubles with depression, had his troubles with addiction, and still was able to shine his light on the world through music, first and foremost. And then he got
Right.
into acting. But it hit me hard. And I never thought, like you said, man, I never thought that these guys, these rap superheroes, these rap icons would ever break me down and feel like where I would shed a tear over a man I never met. So I definitely can
Yeah.
relate.
Yeah. DMX was larger than life, man. I remember when Stop Drop came out. You know what I'm saying? That was it, man. Like everywhere, every block, every radio, it was just nuts, man. You know what I mean? Those drums, that snare. Oh, disgusting. You know what I mean? Yeah, just the energy he brought. And like you said, the man had like four, five, six different sides. He had multiple sides to him when it came to the music. And you can tell he was not pretending to be something that he wasn't, man. He was just giving you what he was. All the faults, all the failures, all the successes, you know what I mean? And the prayers and the hopes and the dreams, all that stuff, you got all that stuff. You go from one track, he's talking about robbing somebody, getting revenge, boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean?
Open the
Or he tell you the
door,
story like
ATF.
it's
Yeah.
yeah, you know what I mean? Like just and then the next guy be like, God, dear God, you know what I mean? Next thing you know, he's praying. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, man, it's like it goes. His albums, his shit is all over the place, man. You know what I'm saying? But I love it. People love that because it's real. Because none of us are good
We
all
all over the place.
the time.
Yeah,
None of us
and
are
that's
bad
why
all
I
the
was like,
time.
it's
You
it's
know?
it's, it's chaotic, but it's in sync in the same type of way. You know what I
Beautiful
mean? Like
chaos,
it's
Prez. Beautiful
yeah,
chaos.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
absolutely, man.
Hell yeah.
I gotta ask. I already know, but I just want the people to know the talent that you possess. Do you have any other producers, engineers, or anybody that worked on the album?
Uh, yeah, nah. So on drums, we got the Mars native. On keys, we got the Mars native. On guitar, we got the honorable Mars native. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
let
On
me open that
vocals,
up
we
to the
have
guitar. Yeah, he got everything in there, y'all.
the
Like,
Mars native.
the man's talented.
Yeah, I guess I could. Yeah. Guitars over there. So like I said, on vocals is me. The writing is me. The mixing is me. The mastering is me. The publishing is me. Yeah. So yeah. I mean, I'm a one man fucking band, one man team. Man.
But as you was talking about, you did work with one other person, Genesis the God, and like
Yeah.
that song
Yeah.
Almighty, last song on the EP that you had on there. I really dug that too, because it's rare that you go outside to
Yeah.
work with somebody. So when I actually heard it, it was,
I was like, he got to be
caught you off
nice.
guard, and I was
Yeah.
like, man, this sounds good too. So
Yeah.
Yeah, he went
Yeah.
there on that verse too. He went there on that verse. I was
He
like, ooh,
did.
towards the end, I was like, he
He
talking
did.
real crazy,
He
but
did.
I like the fact that
Oh
he
yeah.
stayed in character and in tune with what the song was
Mm-hmm.
about. So it
Mm-hmm.
definitely rocked out, man. But
Yeah, exactly, man.
but before we let you go, Mars, man, just let everybody know, where they can find you in regards to your social media handles and where your music is, and any last words you want to leave for the people.
Yeah, man. If you want to find me, it's the Mars Native, right? So look up the Mars Native anywhere, man. You can find me on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, Tidal, Amazon, anywhere there's streaming music, anywhere you can purchase digital music. I'm there. Have a clothing store on Teesprings. You look up Teesprings, look up Planet Mars. You can find merchandise. I got shirts, I got freaking mouse pads, I got mugs, water bottles. You know what I'm saying? You want it, I got it. You know what I mean? I got what you need. You know what I mean? So, um, what else, man? The album, on 25th, the single, We're Gonna Make It, is out right now. So go get a taste of that. Go get a taste of that. You know what I'm saying? Or if you really wanna hear little snippets and samples of the album, come to my page on Instagram, the Mars Native.
All right, for sure, man. Prez, you got any last words before we let Mars go?
nah, man, definitely like the growth, like the change up on this album. Give me something new.
Thank you.
Keep me engaged with it constantly. So yeah, keep up the good work, man. That's all I can say.
For sure, man. Keep making the music
Yeah.
you make. Keep enjoying what you do. Don't ever chase the fame. Don't ever chase the follows or whatever. Just continue. If it makes you happy, and it got you through something very hard in life, continue to do it, because I believe that without hip hop, maybe Mars is not still here, and that's some real shit. Like, you wrote your way
Yeah, that's quite
through
possible.
a real life event, and I think that's not to be understated, man. So I love the music, man. We're gonna continue to work together. Anytime you have a project that's dropping, the couch is always welcome for you to come sit down and discuss it, brother. So much
I
success.
appreciate it.
April 25th, y'all go get his shit. Check out the single. Right now, We're Gonna Make It. Go back, check out Versus Demons, and then when you're done with that, check out House of M. And then when you're done with that, go to the back catalog, because I guarantee you will definitely like what you see from the beginning to where he's at now. It's light years. It's light years of growth. So y'all check out Mars Native, man. And with that said, this is Don't Sleep on the Couch podcast. I go by Cash, aka Exec P. And to my left,
Mr. Prez.
exactly. We out.
Yeah.
More episodes. Catch us on Apple Podcasts, Castbox, Spotify, SoundCloud, and wherever else you listen to your favorite podcasts.